I don't know. I mean, there's no interest in the brand, like from an overall perspective. It's not generating numbers on TV. There's not a whole lot of people talking about it on social media. And to think that this was the trendiest brand, right? It was like one of the most viewed, if not the most viewed thing on the WWE network when the WWE network first launched. And now we're just in a state where ever since it went to USA Network as like a weekly show, yeah, I don't know. There's nothing there.
I think when we look at it, NXT has not recovered. Yeah, I mean, the USA move is, yeah, I'd say that. I personally, though, I'd say the from when the pandemic era hit and NXT was running these basically indie shows, Triple H was running them in early 2020 in front of literally no one. It felt like you were watching like a garage fed, basically. I was watching that thing, and this is just sad. And then people were saying 2021 was such an improvement with the Prince Finn Balor as the champion for 8 months. It wasn't. That was crap. And then they rebranded it. And at the start, I made a video on it about the future, and there was a lot of hype to it. But really what's happened, I feel like a lot of any buzz is pretty much just fizzled out now. Now we look at the products. Kevin, we watched that Jinder Mahal Braun Breaker segment. And generally what I hear from people who watch this show week to week, it's sort of just kind of their television. Nothing's genuinely that captivating. They did a Toxic Attraction turn a few weeks ago where one of the members basically whacked the other person's face into a door, that sort of thing. And it was like legit because they kind of botched it. There was that. The tag champions and Gallus are now the tag champions. They beat the New Day. The New Day were the tag champions for like 4 months because, Kevin, nothing screams the future like 15-time tag team champions. Like, the direction's a bit I don't know really where they're going. Braun Breaker needs to be on Raw or SmackDown already. Just get it over with. He's outgrown NXT. Get him with Triple H's booking on the main roster, and we can have Mello Hayes running NXT, and the 600,000 people who watch it can enjoy that.
What do you think is the future of NXT? Do you think it's just gonna be on USA now with Raw, like for the next 10 plus years?
Probably yes. If I had to put my finger on something, that's probably what it would be. But that said, look, it's getting 600,000 viewers and it's getting very lukewarm. I don't know the demographic. Looked at the rating demos before we make this little bit of content, but I know about a year ago, like most of the people watching this were 40 plus years of age, 50 plus, basically just people who've watched WWE their whole lives, probably either retired or bored on a Tuesday night who'll just watch this. And they're not the ones who are really engaging. They're not the ones really hyping up on social media. And then social media is just the people who watch wrestling 90 hours a week who are just watching everything. And that's really NXT's audience. So as far as the direction goes, Kevin, I don't know, because people like us, we're not tuning in. We don't really care. We're more like we're content creators on this stuff, casual-ish, and we don't watch all the indie promotions, but we watch what's relevant. NXT's not relevant. So yeah, I guess I'll stay on the USA Network going forward still, but there's just such a lukewarm interest to this product.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of sad, honestly. I guess we could kind of end it there. But I mean, it's just sad for me, like, as someone who was really invested in WWE and was watching WWE regularly when NXT was at its peak. It was so fun, And that brings me back to like a good time of being a wrestling fan. In 2013, 14, 15, 16, NXT was better than the main roster for the most part. Yeah, I remember being more excited for NXT TakeOver. Being more excited for like Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn or Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. It just felt like that was like the wrestler's promotion. Like WWE was there for the mainstream and to try to salvage whatever they can of mainstream credibility and do the biggest matches possible. And other than that, it was just treading water on Raw. But NXT, it felt like there was effort being made into the weekly shows, into the promos, into the stories. Now it just feels like an afterthought.
Yeah, there was real thought, and I'm in the same boat. Like back 2014, it was really 2014. NXT fan. I kind of lost interest once Bobby Roodes and Nakamura, once those guys came in, and it just became a full kind of indie show. I kind of tuned out. Well, I generally tuned out of wrestling in 2016. It's not really just an NXT thing, to be fair, but 2014, 15, I remember watching TakeOver R Evolution, the one in the end of 2014. Kevin Owens' first show, I believe, I think, and he turned on Sami Zayn, and they had that epic ending, which we're recording this before the Elimination Chamber. I think something similar is going to happen in Montreal, just going to say that. But yeah, like it was an epic ending. You thought, oh my God. And all the booking week to week, it was 1 hour shows. You could tell there was thought that went into the tapings. Kevin, they taped 4 NXT shows. So they taped months worth of television at Full Sail University in one day. Wrestlers would have like one match, a promo segment, and they'd do like a vignette or two. And that format really worked. It was like less was more. They weren't overexposing wrestlers. The main wrestlers felt interesting. New wrestlers got really good build, and you understood who everyone was. It was a well put together show. And in a time when the main roster was Roman Reigns getting booed out of the building, Brock Lesnar not showing up, Cena starting to not wrestle as much, and that was about it. It was a great product to watch. But now it's just, what's NXT's place in wrestling?
Yeah, that's the question at hand, pal. Well, now it's time to talk about Cody Rhodes.